bring his ass to this ring. Give me a hell yeah.
Oh, yes, back once again. Oh, hell yeah, we're going to bring it down. WB Ward back with you for another edition of SCI Wrestling. Being joined again from parts unknown by the one and only
Chip Douglas. WB, how's it going?
I'm doing okay. You're out driving around and no, you just don't know where you're going to be anymore. You little loving globe hopper, you.
You just never know. It's like, where's Waldo?
We had to dress you up in one of those little red and white kid caps, and
they have the glasses and everything.
For those of you who have never seen Chip, he does look like Waldo. He's a Waldo nail.
All right, that's it. There'll be a picture of me on the Twitter page at SCI_Wrestling at the end of the show.
Well, now that's not fair. You need to go out and get a stocking cap of some kind at least. So at least people will be able to see. Anyway,
well, that's true.
Anywho, how you been doing, dude?
Been doing well, man. Miss you.
Looking forward to the Rumble?
Oh, absolutely. This Sunday, just from an overall perspective, really excited. I thought the build-up has been pretty good for it. So, yeah, I'm ready to dig into it and get some predictions out.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll be able to do that. By the way, let's do something here as we're recording the show. We've never done while we're recording, so just feel free to say the word if you're not ready for it, because we're still about 60 seconds out. But will you have the tweet of the week?
Oh, I have the tweet of the week.
Oh, okay. I just want usually, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. That was very unprofessional of me. And we usually check that before, but I just dawned on me, yeah, I didn't double check. And I sure would hate to roll that fancy production and throw it to you, and you go, well, I don't have nothing. Anyway, after a brief hiatus of recording shows, we are back live in living color. Well, maybe not live, but we're definitely in living color.
Yep.
A lot has transpired. We've had some appearances. We're getting ready to have some reappearances, and things are kind of shaken up within the WWE. But since I brought up that the auspicious announcement of the tweet of the week, let's go ahead and fire up Lurch and roll him right about now.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What time is it, kid?
Oh, yeah, loving that tweet of the week.
Oh, it's always such a good thing to hear.
What time is it, kids? Okay, let's wait for the finish of Michael Jackson. There we go. Okay.
There we go.
In our
this week,
yeah, go ahead.
This tweet week is brought to you by Al Snow. It's not really that good, but if you're a Chevy Chase fan, it's kind of humorous. The opposite of Chevy Chase is Ford Escape. Given the take of how you spelled Chevy.
Okay, yeah, that one took me a minute. That's a delayed reaction. Royal Rumble coming up this Sunday night. I'll be honest with you, I don't know really that I'm looking forward to it.
Really?
I'm having a hard time getting excited about this for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because we got so many tired stories going into the Rumble. Like, for instance, one of the matches that we have coming up are the Usos versus Miz and Mizdow. My God, are these people not capable of wrestling anybody else?
Well, I mean, it's the lack of tag team in the WWE. Who else do they have? It's like a rotating door of who faces who.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because another one of the matches that have been inked in are the New Age Outlaws taking on the Ascension.
Right. Which I'm actually kind of excited about that one. I thought the segment that the Ascension did this past Monday with coming out, interrupting the NWO, and the next thing you know, JBL stands up, gives a little speech, and then here comes Farouk, APA, the New Age Outlaws come out after that. I thought the segment was very wonderfully done. But at the end of the day, it's New Age Outlaws are only wrestling to give them a little bit of a rub. But I think overall, it's still going to be a fun little match.
Well, the match will be good, but I think they're going back to the well by getting the legends back out to wrestle again. And it's almost kind of like, come on, guys. I thought you guys were not doing that anymore. But, I mean, it's kind of nice to see them.
Right.
Now, since you brought up that bit that they did, there was one thing that they were missing out of that entire promo. And like you, I was entertained by it too. But there was one thing I kept waiting for, but I never got it. And I was waiting for JBL to hand the mic to his partner when Ron Simmons came out. And he never went up to and looked at the Ascension, paused a moment, and go, "Damn!"
I was actually waiting for it for myself too. I surprised they didn't do it. That was very odd. But I think the funniest part to me is when after New Age did the number, and then you see JBL in the background, kind of warming up the arm,
and with a big grin on his face.
Oh yeah. You know he got a kick out of that one.
Oh yeah, he was looking forward to that. He's got to miss the in-ring activity.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
You never lose that once you get it.
Right.
And when I saw that grin on his face, it reminded me of who was it? It was one of the members of the Shield, not Seth Rollins. It was
Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, when Dean Ambrose was laying in the ring when Jake the Snake Roberts came in and laid the python across him. Remember, he was laying down there smiling, realizing what kind of an honor he was being given.
Right.
So, when I saw JBL smiling as he did the clothesline from hell, I thought I immediately remembered that match.
Yeah, I remember that as well, because the fact that it was so funny for him he's trying to hold it back so hard, but he just couldn't do it.
Okay, now with the upcoming, they've announced the first inductee into the Hall of Fame this year. The big inductee is going to be Randy the Macho Man Savage. And I don't know, I couldn't help. I think he deserves to be there. I think they waited far too long to put Macho Man in there. But I just can't help but wonder: is this maybe a little bit too little, too late for the Macho Man?
Oh, no way. It's just good riddance. It's about time more than anything.
Well, that's kind of my point, though. I mean, they waited so long. It's almost like, gosh, what the hell took you?
I wish they would have done it while he was still alive. Yes. I think all of us would have wished that. That way, we could see him one more time. Do the woo yeah and everything like that. But bygones be bygones. It seems like when someone passes away, that's when they start realizing something. So, but they had to have permission from the family to do it. So that's a stand-up thing for the family, because they had that kind of beef between the two, because they never did induct him. But I'm glad that cooler heads prevailed. It'd be very interesting to see if Lenny Poffo, who is the brother, who is the genius in WWE, is the one to induct him.
Actually, I saw the press release on that. It is going to be Hulk Hogan who is going to be the inducting. At least right.
Oh, really?
At least right now, those are the plans. Now, what you're talking about, though, very well could come to be, because I mean, gosh, we're talking quite a ways down the road.
Right.
And the Hall of Fame ceremonies are going to be held. Do you know yet where they're going to be held?
Well, I know the WrestleMania is in California, so it's going to be somewhere in San Francisco area.
Well, according to WWE.com, as of this morning, they were saying Arlington, Texas.
What? No.
Unless I misread it. I'll have to go back and check after the show. But unless
you might be looking at, because they announced that WrestleMania 16, or not 16, 26. No, what am I thinking? The next WrestleMania, 32, is going to be in Arlington.
Oh, so I was looking at the next year.
Yeah, you're looking at next year.
Man, they're really they're planning that far ahead. They're being awfully optimistic.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Okay, I've noticed a distinct sound change in the background.
Yes.
What the hell are you doing?
Parts unknown.
He's in the bathroom. If I hear a flush,
No, I promise. I'll mute before I flush.
A gentleman always mutes before he flushes, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
You know, some of the things that have been happening, the Raw before last. Let me look down my notes here. Yeah, I'm noticing that the boos for Cena are really, really becoming louder. I'm wondering if they're getting ready to write John Cena completely out, or they're either going to be writing him out, or he's going to be doing a heel flip.
I mean, it's right now. I mean, the storyline it could go a lot of different ways. This main event, I can't really say that I have a clear understanding of what's going to happen. Which is good. You know, it excites me to watch because I don't know where they're going to go. Are they going to do that heel turn finally and make Cena kind of the corporate champion? Is Lesnar actually leaving? You know, if right now there was an advertisement done for a local house show that mentioned that John Cena was the champion. So now they're looking to that as you want. You know, it could be them just trying to promote something or marketing goofing up, giving out something that's not supposed to be given out. So it's very, very exciting to see, you know, could they be looking towards the future? Could Seth Rollins cash in the Money in the Bank and he walk out champion? Or do they have a deal with Lesnar to stay through WrestleMania, making him a champion?
You know, the only problem I have with that is John Cena on a kayfabe, looking at it from a kayfabe point of view, his ego has got to be so huge that he has his own world around him as far as his good guy persona is concerned. I'm wondering if that will actually allow him to even be a heel. That's why I'm entertaining the possibility he may be written out completely.
There's no way you can write him out completely. No way. Unless you're going to bring him back at some point. But I mean, to me, writing him off would be well.
I don't know. I don't know. This is one place I think I'll take issue. Whether or not they can write him off completely. If you want to get a testimony as to whether or not that can happen, ask CM Punk.
Well, but CM Punk left on his own terms.
But that's what I'm trying to insinuate.
Yeah. No.
I don't see WWE writing him out on their own terms. I see it more of him going, listen, I don't want to be a heel, and if I can't continue to be a face, I don't want to play.
Well, he could do that, but I see Cena as the face of the company for the most part, and being always that team player. So with that being said, it's hard for me to imagine him saying no to something, especially when it could work. And I think Cena's enough of a team player where he knew if this was going to be the case, then it definitely could work.
By the way, let me change subjects here very briefly, because I was going to mention this at the top of the show and I just forgot. I'm going to have to take my hat off to Paul Levesque. Not Triple H, but Paul Levesque.
I know what you're going to mention. Yeah.
Okay, then you did see the report.
Yeah.
During a taping, I believe it was of Raw.
It was this past Raw.
Okay.
It was during the main event.
Apparently, a young boy ringside became so emotionally distraught over what was going on. Triple H ceased being Triple H and became Paul Levesque, and turned around and gave the kid a big hug and just reminded him, hey, dude, we're playing roles. We're actually all okay. And they even took him backstage afterwards, gave him some prizes. More than likely, the story didn't tell this, at least not the story that I read. More than likely had him shake hands with a lot of the wrestlers, some whom the storylines say they're bitter enemies, just so that the kid could see, hey, this is play acting. Everybody's actually okay. But I thought that was one of the classiest things that I've ever seen. Back in the old school, as much as I love the old school would have left that kid traumatized. At least during the show.
Oh, they would have. They would have. It probably more than anything, they would play up to it even more. But yeah, I mean, I thought that was very, very. And of course, old school wrestling fans aren't going to like it, but. No. For someone like myself and like yourself that I have young kids, you've had young kids,
yes,
and it and Triple H has young kids as well. It kind of touches a nerve. So you still want to make sure all kids are taken care of, and that they don't leave with a bad taste. And your heart breaks when you see something like that, because it's like, all right, he doesn't really need to be crying about this.
Now let's kind of turn that around. Let's say that instead of Triple H being ringside when that happened, imagine how different that scenario would have played out had that been the Iron Sheik.
Oh Lord, or Scandal Atmore.
Now I know what Ack would have done. I know exactly what he would have done. I mean, he would have just turned around. The only thing he would have done seriously, he would have put his fists on his hips, looked at the kid, and just shook his head and turned back around and just ignored him. The Iron Sheik would have backhanded him.
You look better because you're so weak. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
But I'm glad it was Paul Levesque standing in the character of Triple H at the time, is that the kid was obviously quite distraught and he didn't need anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Now, as far as predictions are concerned, I am only aware of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches. The Triple Threat, the Royal Rumble itself, the Outlaws against the Ascension, a Divas tag match, and I don't think that's going to be for the title. And then the Usos and the Miz and Mizdow. Those are the only matches I'm aware of. Are you aware of any others that I'm overlooking here?
Nope. Well, those are all the ones I know of.
5 matches. Now, granted, this could fill up 3 hours. There's the Royal
Rumble. Well, the Rumble match itself is going to be an hour. So if not a little longer.
Okay. Other than that,
you have to take that into consideration.
When will they decide who's pulling number 1?
I don't think we'll know. I don't think we should know. I don't think we should know until it's time. And then it's always that anticipation, the unexpected, and that's what I love about professional wrestling is that unpredictability to not know what's going to happen.
I don't know, because I honestly think that the Authority is going to arrange it so that Daniel Bryan actually receives number 1.
Well, I mean, that could happen. That very could happen. You need to build the storyline. But once again, I'm not sold on the fact that Daniel Bryan's going to win.
Really?
I mean, I'm just looking at everything from a perspective. I just don't see them pulling the trigger on him. I think if he's going to be in the WrestleMania main event, he's going to have that same thing that happened last year, to where the fans upward so much that they have no choice. But I mean, from everything that I've seen, it's just hard for me to believe that he's going to be the one to win.
Well, now,
it makes sense. Roman Reigns.
Okay, I can see that, but no, I'm going to stick with Bryan. And you were getting ready to say that my prediction makes sense because why?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said you were getting ready to say why my prediction of Daniel Bryan winning the Royal Rumble makes sense because why?
Oh, it makes sense just because of the fact that having that Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar main event WrestleMania, to me that's the payoff for the whole year. And having Daniel Bryan, tap him out at WrestleMania to give the big WrestleMania highlight. To me, that's the way to end the show. But I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I see it going to be Roman Reigns versus Lesnar. And also, I'm also a dark horse out there as well for Royal Rumble winner.
Okay.
Randy Orton.
You think Orton will be back for this?
Yes.
Very well.
Yep,
He's been pretty quiet.
I think he'll be a surprise entrant. So, him coming back, going against the Authority, I can see that playing out. So that's going to be like my outside prediction as far as like wild card idea.
I got to tell you, I've never really been a really big Randy Orton fan, but
me either.
But I think he's really, really needed on the roster.
Right. I think he filled a gap really, really fast.
Okay, on the New Age Outlaws versus Ascension, I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that Ascension is going to win this simply because they need the push.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's going to be Ascension all the way.
Okay. Well, it'll kind of be nice to see the New Age Outlaws again, but I hope this is one of their last matches, if not the last match. I really do.
They can still go, man. I mean, I'm watching Billy Gunn do that Tilt World on one of those guys. It's like, man, I mean, if they needed to, they should still go.
Oh, they can. Oh, they're very capable. I have no question about it. But I'm just becoming more and more into the belief of, look, if you're going to retire and quit retiring and then coming back, because if that's the case, then you've never retired.
Right. Well, true story.
Okay, on the Divas, that, to my knowledge, that is not going to be a title match, is it?
No. Everything that I've read shows that it is not going to be a title match.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm really enjoying Natalya as a heel. I'm really, well, I'm not really sure if they're heels or not.
I mean, you can paint them that way.
I am a little confused though on this match as to who the heel is and who the face is, Natalya and Paige against the Bellas. But I'm really enjoying Natalya's new role that she has developed with Paige as her partner. I think that's working really, really well. And I'm not really sure who I'm seeing as the winner on that. Who would you call?
Natalya and Paige.
Is that just because you're a huge Paige fan?
Yes, more than anything.
You know,
more ways than one.
Just so that we'll have a little difference here. I'm going to say Bellas, even though in my heart I think you're probably right.
Right. Yeah.
They seem to be really pushing the Natalya Paige. I'm just wondering, knowing the way that the writers work, and the fact that they've been having Natalya and her husband having some difficulties, I can't help but wonder, with our new age of inclusion and lifestyles and things like this, if they're possibly setting up a relationship between Natalya and Paige.
You really think you're going to cross that line?
You know, eventually they're going to have to.
Oh.
One of these days.
I mean, they've done it before, you know, with the Trish Stratus, Mickey James angle. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that, but that was more titillation. That was titillation. That it wasn't relationship based.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I mean, there's a fine line. If this was like Attitude Errors 98, 99, oh yeah, oh hell yeah, they do it. But now that's hard for me to see them cross that line. But it'd be very interesting. I mean, and I don't know if Natalya would actually do it.
I don't know. You know, she's been wanting to get a lot of canvas time, and she hasn't been getting it until recently.
That's true.
And really, the Divas have been kind of downplayed a bit because I think people are having a hard time taking them seriously because of the reality show. So it does kind of make me wonder. Okay, the Usos versus Miz and Mizdow. I'm really having a hard time even caring about this.
Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be. The Usos winning, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those matches to where, to be quite honest, I probably won't even watch it. I'll probably be doing something else during that part.
If memory serves, weren't they still feuding during the last pay-per-view?
Oh yeah. They've been feuding for like 3 months.
Wow, I mean, that's. So you're going to go with the Usos on this?
I'm going to stick with the Usos.
Okay, well then, just in the interest of keeping things different, I'm going to go with Miz and Mizdow. But you know, really, now that I think about it, the possible push for Mizdow actually makes that a little bit more believable, though.
Right.
So, but we're going to list you as the Usos. Okay, I've got that typed in. Now that leaves us with the biggie: John Cena versus Lesnar versus Rollins, triple threat for the title.
Boy, go ahead, you first.
I don't see this winning any other way, but by the end of the evening, Rollins is going to be the champion. I don't see any other outcome of this. I don't have any doubt in my mind that it'll be either John Cena or Lesnar actually winning the match, but Rollins will turn in his Money in the Bank and turn right around and take it away. So I'm going to have to go with Rollins as the overall champion.
Okay, all right. I'm actually, oh man, it's so tough. I'm going to say Lesnar. I'm going to say that it's going to be Lesnar's day. I can still, what you say makes a lot of sense. I mean, I can definitely see the possibility if this is going to be Lesnar's last time. I can very easily see it fall out to where John Cena finally captures that victory over Lesnar. And then before Lesnar leaves, he just beats the tar out of John Cena, which allows Seth Rollins to get back up, cash in, and win the title. I can see that playing out that way. It'd be very interesting to see how it's going to fall out. But I'm excited for it. It's one of the few main events to where when it was just Cena Lesnar, I really didn't care. But now that they threw the Rollins idea out there, it makes it a little more interesting to me.
And of course, neither one of us have mentioned the wild card so far, and that's what, if any, will be the effect that Sting may have on this.
Oof. I mean, we saw his appearance on Monday, which was huge. I think they're definitely setting up Sting versus Triple H at WrestleMania. I don't think there's any doubt about that one. Man, it'd be interesting to see how it's all going to work out. I mean, it could be Cena walking out of there with Sting's help.
I was just going to say, if Sting does become involved, Cena will be champion again.
Right, I agree. I completely agree.
But, this is twice now that we've seen Sting make an appearance. The first time was at a pay-per-view. The second time was, as you mentioned, on the last Monday Night Raw. So he's been at a pay-per-view and regular programming. And in each case, it was non-physical. I'm wondering if they're going to be able to continue that very much longer, because eventually he's going to have to get his hands on somebody.
Right. I think it's going to happen more than anything else. The way he pointed at Triple H led me to believe that Triple H will be facing him at WrestleMania, especially after Triple H's response to Sting coming out, kind of ruining everything. I think it's just a matter of time before we see Sting actually get physical. I've loved the way how they've used him, though. The way they've done very little appearances by him. I thought that's very well done. It's been perfect timing, which I never thought ever say with WWE creative that's done perfect timing. But it's been done very, very well. So I give him kudos to that. I've been interested to see Sting versus Triple H, to be honest with you. I mean, it's one of those matches that we've never seen, so it'd be fun to watch.
One thing that's really interesting about this is I think one of the things that's going to drive up internet sales, at least as watching this particular pay-per-view, is going to be on whether or not people believe Sting is actually going to be involved in this. I think a lot of people are going to be subscribing just so they can see this, just to see if Sting will be there. So they're going to be getting this pay-per-view based on a wrestler who's not even scheduled to appear.
Boy, I don't know. I mean, for me, it's this pay-per-view is about the Royal Rumble and the Royal Rumble only. I love that pay-per-view so much, and I always love to see who's going to appear in the Royal Rumble. So I went kind of at the idea that possibly maybe Sting might be in the Royal Rumble match itself.
Well, we're definitely going to be finding out this coming Sunday night as the pay-per-view unfolds live and in color from Philadelphia, PA at the Wells Fargo Center. Tickets are still available, unbelievably so. It is not a sold-out event. You can get them for as cheap as $25. However, I'm sure the $500 ringside seats, those are all probably gone. They've probably been gone for quite a while.
Where's it located?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia. Good crowd.
Yeah, the Wells Fargo Center. It should be a good crowd as far as that's concerned. But looking forward to it for sure. Be sure to stick with us next week as we go over the results of this pay-per-view. And join us here again for this little show that Chip and I call